Hi everyone, welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Welcome to another week of creativity. We're going to make a fun card today. I hope that you will enjoy it. And while everyone is finding their notifications that I have gone live, I'm going to bring this live feed up on all of my other devices so that I can see everyone's comments. So let's get that all set up and ready. Let's just pause the sound on that one. There we go. Sorry, I meant mute, not pause. Okay, so we've got that one and let's get the iPad all set up. There we go. Okay. And okay, good, all set up. All right, I can see the screen on both of those, so that is good. So I should be able to see everyone's comments. So apologies for running a little bit late today. I had a big weekend and I was very tired today, so I had a bit of a slow start. My neck has been playing up really badly as well, so yes, I haven't been sleeping well. So that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. No, it's legitimate. Legitimately the truth. All right, so now I need to, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn notifications off. So let me just do that. Sorry, 2 secs. I've got to grab something. Been past one of my flyers that I have to share something with you and forgot to print it, so Amber's just printed that for me and handed that to me through the door. All right, so let me see if I can turn these notifications off. Okay, do not disturb, good. And let's put on the voice enhancement. There we go. So we should have the voice enhancement on now. Now we're all set up. Now we're all ready to go. All right. How is everyone? Hey, Matthew. Great to have you here. How are you? Hey, Leonie. Great to have you here. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you found me. I was a little bit late today. Lots happening. So, yes. So you might notice that I don't have a brooch on today, but I do have some enamel pins on my overalls today. So can you see that? I've got a cute little camera and some hydrangeas. So and I've got my little bird earrings today as well. They're kind of in the same color theme as my brooches here. So that is, they are my chosen ones for this week, and you will see why in a moment when we get going. Oh, that's great, Matthew. Great to hear that you are doing pretty good. Fantastic. So how's everyone's weekend? Let me know what you got up to on the weekend. Hi, Rosemary. Great to have you here. What did you all get up to on the weekend? Tell me something about your weekend. So I'm seeing that the comments are coming up quicker on the computer than they are coming up on my iPad. They're a bit low, slow on my iPad. So if you see me looking over that way, that's because I'm reading comments over there on the computer. If you see me looking down, I'm reading them on my iPad. So Matthew said, much better than I have been for the past couple of weeks. I was in and out of hospital for a few weeks. Oh, so sorry to hear that, Matthew. I'm glad that you are feeling better. Yeah, that's really good. Sorry to hear that you've been through a rough time. That's not good at all. Makes us appreciate the good days, doesn't it? Really does. Yeah. Well, hey Robin, how are you? Great to have you here. So what else did everybody else get up to on the weekend? Did anybody get any crafting done? Did you have some family time? Did you go out and about, do something special? Let me know. I did something special on the weekend that I would love to share with you, but I want to hear what you did first. So, oh, you've been quite unwell over the weekend, Rosemary. I'm sorry to hear that. That's no good. No good at all. Oh, gastro bug that's going around. Oh, they're not very friendly, are they? No, not very nice at all. Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling a bit better today. Yes, Matthew, it certainly does make us appreciate the good days indeed. That's right, yes. Oh, Matthew crafted. Fantastic. What were you creating with, Matthew? Was it some lovely Stampin' Up products? Leonie had her craft day at Quakers Hill on Saturday and washing and ironing yesterday. Yes, those chores still need to be done, don't they? I have to say, though, we are not... I've never liked ironing. My husband usually does all of the iron. Well, actually, he used to do all of the ironing, but we're pretty much iron as we go people. So I put things away, hang them up and everything, and then iron them as I need them. But we each iron our own things now because, you know, the kids are grown up and all the rest of it. So, yeah. But I admire you people that wash and then iron all of your things all in one go. That's awesome. We do wash regularly. we just don't always iron them. I like buying clothes that don't need ironing. They can just be hung up. But yeah, good on you, Leonie. Leonie, I hope that you enjoyed your craft packet from the class you missed last week. Hopefully you enjoyed that and you've had a chance to have a look at that. Oh, great. You were playing with some Stampin' Up products on the weekend, Matthew. That's fantastic. Great, great, great. What were you playing with? What stamp set or dies or whatever were you playing with on the weekend? I'd love to know. Rosemary said, yes, feeling better today and hope to be getting into your crafting later this week. Sounds like a good plan, and I'm glad to hear that you're feeling better. That's great. Robin said a couple of weeks ago she went to a scrapbooking retreat for 4 days. Oh, that's lovely. That does sound awesome. Fantastic. How many layouts did you get made? Let me know. Oh, Matthew did a market stall on Saturday. Well, that's exciting. Did okay, but it was freezing cold here on Saturday in Glen Innes. Yes, it has been quite cold. I was in Melbourne on the weekend and it was quite cold down there too. Hey, Rosemary, how are you? We've got the other Rosemary here now too. So great to have you here as well. So we've got Rosemary Cattell and Rosemary Nathan. And my other Rose isn't here yet today either. She might join us too. And then my sister is also Rose. Well, she gets Rosie though. So lots of Rosies and Rosemarys and Roses in my life. Love it. Love it, love it. Oh, you got 4 layouts done, Robin. Well done. That's awesome. I have been trying to get back to my scrapbooking for ages and haven't had a chance to get back to it yet. I've pulled it out a couple of times, put it out on my tables in my studio actually, so that I can get out of the craft room and go and do some crafting for myself out there in the studio. That's where I like to do my scrapbooking out there because I can spread everything out on my tables. So I've got a lot more room there than I have in here. But yes, haven't got back to it yet. Still trying. I'll get there eventually. You were playing with the Words of Beauty and Petals of Beauty sets. Beautiful. Ah, that's so nice. That's awesome, Matthew. Great. Oh, and Rhino Ready. I loved that stamp set. That was so cute. Yeah, that was a favourite, that one. Sad when that one retired. But, you know, the products need to retire to make way for new ones, don't they? Oh, that's awesome. Great. Sounds like there's been lots of creativity happening, which is fantastic. And some coming as well this week for those of you who haven't been well or have been busy with other things. So that's great. Good to hear. Good to hear. Well, I went to Melbourne for the weekend and hubby came with me to... He's my luggage carrier. He's my bellhop or my bellboy. He handles all of the luggage and things for me because that's very difficult with me with my back. So did wreck my neck, however, hence I haven't been sleeping well, but it is feeling a lot better today. So hopefully I'll get through the crafting all right with it. But yeah, So that was really good. I went down for a Stampin' Up Leaders Conference on Saturday, which was fantastic, and got to catch up with some of my Stampin' Up friends while I was there, and got to have lots of good chats and connection and stuff like that. And we did some leadership stuff so that, you know, we're always learning to be, always undergoing new learning and training to be the best leaders that we can be, for our teams, for our customers. Yeah, so that's what I was doing on the weekend, and then flew home yesterday in a lot of pain. So it wasn't the nicest flight, but anyway, got home safely, so that's all that matters. Who else doesn't like flying? I really don't like flying, but sometimes it's necessary to get to places far away. But yes, I'm not a good flyer, and when you already don't feel great, it's not the best, but it's all good. Oh, good. Robin gave you your class pack at Leone on Saturday. Fantastic. You had a look and hope to start through the week on that. Fantastic. Had fun playing, making patchwork stockings with this stitch stocking set. Yeah, I love that set. I love it. I haven't yet started playing with it though. I've still got mine brand new in the packet. Yeah, have I done anything with it yet? No, I don't think I've looked through it. I don't think I've touched it. So yes. Oh, good. Oh, I look forward to seeing what you've been making. You'll have to send me some photos. Great. All right. Well, it sounds like you've all been having fantastic crafting time. Matthew says he doesn't mind flying. It's sailing that you don't like. Oh yeah, I'm not good on boats either. I'm not good on boats. I'm not good on trains. I'm not good on planes. The car, I'm good as long as I'm in the front seat and I'm watching where I'm going, or sleeping, one or the other. Then I'm okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. I don't mind the flying if it's smooth, but the landings I really don't cope very well with. When the plane starts doing this or going like this, I don't do well. Don't like any turbulence. Anyway, all right, so let's get into what is happening. So a few things that are happening. Let me just get all of this in order here. I'll tell you about this one first. I've got a retired product sale coming up. So Stampin' Up products that have retired. I've got an in-person sale that is coming up. So if you are in Sydney, or you're passing through Sydney, or you're coming to Sydney, I have a sale on the 8th of August, and there's 2 times for that. So there's 10 a.m. till 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. just so I can have a little break for lunch in the middle as well. All of my retired products up to 70% off. I've got stamps and dies, embossing folders, embellishments, ribbons, what else? Other tools, other colouring tools, all the retired ink pads and ink refills, retired markers and Stampin' Blends, all the things, all the retired things. So I need to make room for some new things. So come and help me. So that's going to be on the 8th of August. So I'd love for you to come along. If you would like to come along to that, just flick me a message and I will give you all the details for that, so that you can come along. So that is free to just come along. You can have a little browse and see if anything. Oh, papers too. Lots of papers and retired cardstock as well. So yes, all the things. So yeah, so I need to make room because all of my crates of retired stuff, I shouldn't say stuff, products, beautiful products, are all full. So I need to make more room. Oh, I wish you did too, Matthew. Yeah. Oh, never mind. All good, all good. All right. Now, a couple of other things that I've got also coming up. Now, wait on. Let me just see. Let me just get these in order. Okay. So I have also got coming up, while we're talking about events that I've got coming up. So I've got the retired sale. I've also got a card buffet coming up in August as well. So this is on I've got 2 dates, the 22nd and the 26th of August. So the 22nd is the 22nd is the Saturday, and that's an afternoon class, and the Wednesday is a morning class. So at Card Buffet, I have a range of projects, usually about 8 different projects that you can choose from, and you get to make 4 of them, whichever 4 you like. If you want to do all 8, you can come to both classes, or you can buy additional kits on the day when you're here for making those up. So you need to register by Friday the 7th of August. And there will be products built into this as well. You're going to get some bling as well, some half a packet of rhinestones and half a packet of iridescent pearls you'll get as product in this class as well. And you won't use them all probably on those projects that you make, so you'll have more to take home and play with. So that one is coming up as well. So make sure you register for that by Friday the 7th of August. And the card buffets are great because I have lots of different designs for you using lots of different products. So you get to play with lots of different things. It's lots of fun. And my card buffets are usually very popular. So feel free to come along to that. I am going to, before I forget, I'll pop all of my links in the comments so that you can grab those links. If you're watching back on YouTube, thank you to all of those watching back on YouTube. All of the links will be in the description below the video. So let me find it now. Hang on one sec. Here we go. All right. So you can find all of my links for all of my everythings, for my classes, for my YouTube channel, for my blog, for my newsletter. If you'd like to subscribe to my newsletter and receive my newsletters, they're usually weekly, but they haven't been weekly just recently because I've had a lot of other things going on. So I haven't been able to get them out weekly, but usually they are weekly. I'm going to try and get back onto that schedule this week. So yeah, that's there. Also my calendar of events, my brain is going faster than my mouth. My calendar of events is also there under that link as well. So when you click on that link that I've just popped in the comments, it'll come up with a little screen that has got all the different things, and then you just go through and click on each one of those. And also too, if you'd like to shop with me in my online store, there's a link in there for that too. There's also a join link as well. So all the things are all there, so check that out. In saying that as well, under that link is also a link to purchase my July tutorial bundle if you'd like to purchase this. Now this goes out free to my customers when they spend $50 or more in a single order. That's after all of your stamp and rewards applied, etc. You'll actually get this for free as a thank you gift from me for shopping with me. And this is the July tutorial. And there are 9 beautiful stepped up projects in there. So basically a class of 9 different projects. And you get that for free when you shop with me. But if you're already a demonstrator yourself or you shop with another demonstrator, you can purchase this for $15 and you'll get all 9 tutorials. So it's a really great way to go. So if you want that, you can actually request that under those links as well if you wanted to request that to purchase. Otherwise, you can just shop with me and you'll get it as a thank you gift when you've ordered over $50. So that is, actually my project, which is this one here. I'm going to be showing you that one again today. It's not what we're making, but we're going to use that as a launch pad for another card. So I'll tell you more about that in a moment. All right, so let's talk quickly about Paper Pumpkin. Who's loving their Paper Pumpkin kits? These are amazing. If you haven't seen Paper Pumpkin before, basically it is a kit in a box. You get to make lots and lots of beautiful projects. All the instructions, all the bits and pieces that you need are all in the box, and it comes to you each month on your doorstep. and you can have a great crafting time. So you can choose to make the projects exactly as the instructions show you, or you can change them up and make alternative projects. And in Facebook and probably on Instagram as well, and Pinterest and all the places, YouTube I know as well, there's a lot of people doing alternative projects for Paper Pumpkin, or with the Paper Pumpkin kits. So there's lots of great creative inspiration out there as well. Now, if you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin with me, you will not only get your monthly kit in the mail, but you will also get an invitation to my Paper Pumpkin party that I have each month. And we have that on the last Tuesday of every month from 7 till 9 p.m. where we make our kits together, and then I show you some alternative projects as well. So it's a lot of fun. We've got one coming up next week. Next week? This week. Sorry, tomorrow. But to get the current month's kit, you have to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin by the 10th of the month. Okay, so if you want this particular one for this month, then for the next one is August, then you need to subscribe by the 10th of August, okay, to get the August kit. Now, something special. Here's a little sneak peek of the August kit. This is just one of the projects of the August kit. I actually got to make one of the other ones on the weekend, not this one, but one of the other ones from the kit. By the time I actually got to the make and take in the afternoon, there wasn't much left. Most of the pieces had gone, so I didn't get to see all the rest of them made up. So I only made up one of the cards. But yeah, they are beautiful. I did see the instructions though, the instruction sheet. But yeah, they are really beautiful. So that's going to be the one for August. So each month it'll be something different. And if you are in Australia and you haven't yet subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, okay, or if you're in North America and you haven't subscribed in the last 18 months, then, or if you're in Europe, because Europe and South Pacific only started Paper Pumpkin in April this year, whereas North America, they've had it for many, many years, okay? But if you are subscribing for the first time in August, you will get 25% off your first kit. Okay, so, and that is only available for the month of August, but you need to subscribe by the 10th of August in order to take advantage of that. So anytime now, between now and the 10th of August, you'll be able to take advantage of that and get 25% off your first kit. So if you've been sitting on the fence about Paper Pumpkin, not really sure if you're going to like it, if you want to give it a go, this is the best time to do it. And this offer is on the pay-as-you-go month-to-month subscription, so not on the prepaid 3, 6, 12-month subscription. It's only on the pay-as-you-go. And then if you decide that you don't like it, it's not for you or whatever, you can cancel your subscription. That's not a problem. Or if you want to keep subscribing, but there's a month where you don't want the kit, or you're going to be away and you don't want it delivered and left on your doorstep, you can actually pause your subscription as well for a month. So yeah, but you can't pause on this first one. So if this is going to be your first one, you can't pause on your first one. So hopefully that all makes sense. Rosemary says she's loving her Paper Pumpkin. That's fantastic, Rosemary. I'm so glad. Yeah, we've had some beautiful kits. The one this month for July is so beautiful and so detailed as well. And we've been making some alternative projects, and oh my goodness, I can't wait to show my subscribers tomorrow those, because then they will get a PDF with all the instructions to make those alternatives as well. Now, also too, for Paper Pumpkin subscribers, we get some exclusive offers as well. One of them is to purchase these beautiful dies that coordinate with this month's, with August. Wait, no. What month are we going? Yeah, August, September and October. These dies are going to, July, August, September. Let me get that right. July, August and September. These dies are coordinating with those kits. But of course, these are very universal dies. Like you can do so much with these dies. This is a stitched circle. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's a beautiful stitched circle. I think it was about 2 7/8 inches. It's pretty big. But yeah, you can make lots of different projects using these. Doesn't just have to be for paper pumpkin kits. So these are a great die and they're very cheap. Also, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you get the opportunity of purchasing past kits, kit refills, and there's always different add-ons every 3 months. There'll be a new add-on. This is the one for July, August, September, as I said, those 3 months. So yeah, so Paper Pumpkin is amazing. So if you want to give it a go, August is definitely the time to do a trial because you'll get the discount. And then, yeah, you can have a try of it and see how you like it. And as I said, every month is different. So there'll always be a different kit, something different to look forward to. Yeah, and just let your creativity run wild and see what you can come up with. If you know, I like to always make at least one of each of the kits to the instructions. And then with the other ones, I like to change them up a little bit. So you can certainly do that. Or if you like to just craft quick and easy, just make them all like the instructions. So yeah, I think there's 9 in, well, I think each month so far since it started, there's been 9. But that's not to say they're all going to be like that. They'll be different ones. All right. Great. All right, just checking comments there. Okay, so a couple of other things I wanted to let you know before we get crafting, and then I'm going to show you, I'll show you those when I tip the camera down. We have got a brand new catalogue coming up, and look what I have now got in my hot little hands. We got a copy on the weekend. So I have got this one now. I can't show you the inside because it hasn't gone live yet. I can't show you the inside until it goes live, but I can show you the front cover, and that might give you a little sneak peek of a few things. But this is the September to December catalogue. So if you would like one of these, you can request one of these through me, again, on those links as well. And yeah, you can put your details in there, and then you can request a catalogue. So, but this one is beautiful. So many beautiful products in there. Yeah, so that's September to December coming up. And the last thing before we get started, I wanted to talk to you about the opportunity to join Stampin' Up. So joining is always the best option because you get so many benefits, and there's so many advantages of joining Stampin' Up. And also now when you join, you get a free welcome box. Now this welcome box is valued at $114. So you get this for free when you join. Basically what you do is you pay $175 to join, then Stampin' Up will email you with a coupon code of $240. So you're already getting $65 worth of free product. You get to choose whatever you want to purchase. You just will order as a demonstrator, like once you have signed up, and then you get to put whatever you want into that order, and then you apply your coupon code, and that will take the $240. That'll take it down by $240, so you don't pay that initial $240. If you want to add extra things over the $240 to that order, you can. And then, yeah, and then you'll also get this box sent to you as well, full of Stampin' Up goodies, and it's valued at $114. And the stuff that's in this box, you can only get this box when you join, okay? So if that is, now I haven't yet shown the contents of this box. I may at some stage, but I haven't yet because I don't want to spoil the surprise for those of you who might want the surprise when it arrives. But I might show it down the track. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's It's full of really lovely goodies. I think you will be very pleasantly surprised. And yes, that is a free perk. Now, of course, when you join too, if you would like to join with me, we would love to have you come into our crafting community. We have a beautiful team of beautiful people. We do lots of things together. We have monthly team gatherings where we get together. I update everyone with the news. We do some team recognitions. And then we have some crafting time together, and we do that via Zoom because my team is all over Australia. So we do that via Zoom, and we have a great time together. And then we go to Stampin' Up events together. We have a team Facebook group as well, and we share our inspiration with each other in there too. We have showcase stampers, and I do challenges of the month every other month. Lots and lots of things happening in that group. So it's a great place to connect with other crafters. So if you would like more information about that, please feel free to get in contact with me. Again, on those links that I put in the comments, there is a join link there too. If you would like to go there, read more about it. And then there's the option of you then to click on that join link if you would like to, after reading the information and you're happy, that's what you want to do, then you can go through and join. We would love to have you come and join us. And you'll get this amazing welcome box from Stampin' Up when you join as well. So, yeah. So there you go. So that's all the things. Couple of little sneaky peek things I'm going to show you when we tip the camera down to the desktop. And then we can get crafting on our project for today. All right. Let me just pop these over here. All right, let me know in the comments who has already started their Christmas projects. Let me know in the comments. I have not. And it's not what we're doing today. We're actually playing with some other things today. Let me tip the camera down to the desktop and I'll show you what we're playing with. All right, I'll just cover up the camera while I transition down to the desktop so I don't make you all dizzy. Bear with me 2 secs. Here we go. Okay, do that one up nice and tight. See if it stays put today. All right, let's do a flippity flip. And whoa, that was a very quick zoom, wasn't it? That zoomed in really fast then. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it takes a minute. See if we can get this a bit straighter. There we go. I'll put my little spirit level on top today. I forgot to do that last week, and then I realised afterwards and thought, oh, that was a bit wonky, and I didn't have my little mini spirit level on top. Comes in very handy. All right, there we go. So now you can see the desktop. Oh, we might need to zoom in a little bit further perhaps. It might be a bit far out. Far out. Let's pop something down there and we'll see. I was going to show you this first. Let me see. Are we too far away? I feel like we might be. I feel like I'm zoomed way, way out today. Yes, we are. All right, let me zoom that back in a little bit for you all. Got to just get it to participate. Hang on. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Is that better? You can see a bit better there. So on the weekend, the leaders event that I went to, we had to make a name badge to wear. And we also took some projects down to share as well. Not to swap, but just to share. We put them on a display so that people could have a look at them and get some creative inspiration, which was really cool. This was my little badge that I wore, and I had a lanyard on there, which I've taken off. But this was my little name badge that I made, and I used the new hot foil system to make it, which is not what we're playing with today, but I just wanted to show you this. And so I created the background on some bubble bath cardstock, and then I made a label out of white cardstock, and then made the little butterflies and coloured them. And then my name is using gold foil sheet and one of the alphabet dies. So, yeah, so that was my little name tag that I wore. But some of the ladies, the name tags that they wore were out of this world. Like, they were so detailed and layered, and they did such a great job. But, yeah, so that was my little name tag. Now, I've got a couple of new products that are coming up in September to give you a little sneak peek of, just a couple. This gorgeous ribbon is actually going to be from the online exclusives that are coming out in September. So you're getting a little sneaky peek of that right now. This is really beautiful ribbon. I can't remember if it was I can't remember the colour of it. If it was Night of Navy or Secret Sea. I feel like it was Secret Sea. I can't remember. But it's got the gold through it as well, and it's really, really pretty. And these cute little gift boxes, I'll take this off so I can show you. So these little gift boxes are a fantastic size. They come flat packed, and then you just fold them all up. Like, they're all pre-scored and everything. You just fold them all up, fill them, and then close them. And, of course, you can decorate these up however you like. But they're a great little size box, and they obviously came on our table for us with goodies inside of them, and we had a little game in there too. But what I was going to show you is on the catalogue cover, they've used them as like an advent calendar, which I thought was a really great idea. So they've decorated them, they've stood them up like that, and then they've stacked them in like a tree shape. And, they've made it into like a little advent calendar, which I thought was a great idea. But, of course, you can use it for anything. Be great for Christmas table favours as well. So look out for those when they come out in the new catalogue. Because they're going to be really fantastic. And if you are already a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, we can pre-order already from this catalogue, which is one of the perks of being a demonstrator, is being able to pre-order product early before it releases to the public. So we can already get those, and we can already get this ribbon as well. And we did get a sneak peek of some other things that are coming up too, which I can't reveal yet. But we got to see some of the products that are in this catalogue, some that were coming from the online exclusives, and some other ones that are coming up in the future beyond that too. So always great to get little sneak peeks. Yeah, so there you go. So there's just a couple of ideas for you. Alrighty. Hi Kay, how are you? Lovely to have you here. All right. So today, hang on, let me grab it. We are going to be playing with the Capturing Smiles bundle. Now, this is one, when I first saw it, I loved it. I thought, oh my goodness, I thought straight away of my sister, who is a professional photographer and videographer. And I used to help her out in her business years and years and years ago when the kids were very little. But I've forgotten a lot of the terminology and technical stuff now. Not that she trained me in photography. I did more of the admin side of things. But, anyway, when I saw this, I straight away thought of her and thought, oh my goodness, I have to get this. So I did, but I haven't used it a whole heap yet, because then I was looking at all the little pieces, and to be honest, sometimes I see a stamp set and I get these great ideas, but then I get too many ideas and then I feel overwhelmed. Does anyone else get like that too? You feel overwhelmed and then it's hard to get started. But anyway, so we're going to have a little play with that today. The stamp set has got lots of little pieces to put together the camera. So you can either have it as the back view of a camera or the front view of the camera with the lens and the aperture. We've got a little tiny camera as well. We've got these cute little scenes here, or we've got a little blank scene as well that you can create your own. There's a love heart, and then there's some great little sentiments. This is also a great one for scrapbooking. So if you're a scrapbooker, this is a great one for scrapbookers as well. And then with the dies, you've got the dies that cut out all of the shapes, and then you've got this really cool film strip, which I love, which we're going to use today as well. So, and then you've got a couple of extra pieces. There's what do you call it? It's gone out of my head. The thing that does the focusing. Anyway, yes. So you can make sort of like retro style cameras, or you can make more like DSL type style cameras. Yeah. Anyway, so that's what we're playing with today. And also, We're playing with paper that I haven't played with yet, which is the Beach Boardwalk 12 by 12 designer series paper. So I've only got a little bit of this because I kept some from a paper share. Well, I took part in my own paper share, which I always like to do. So I always end up with a little bit of all of the papers. And this is the paper that we're going to be using today. We're actually using this one, Tropical, because I have got some ideas I'll tell you about in a moment. So I've cut this one already, but this one's got a really nice ombre effect on the back as well with some great texture. This one, I've got some great ideas for scrapbooking with these. Oh, you do all that all the time too, Matthew? Oh, that's great. Oh, actually, you're talking about being overwhelmed by a stamp set. Not great. Okay. Yes, I know, right? Me too. So sometimes it takes seeing somebody else's projects that they've made to spark the creativity and get the creativity going. I find with me when I start to feel like overwhelmed like that. And two, the catalogue itself and the online store images, they are great inspirations as well. So yes, being overwhelmed. Yes, I realised after I'd said great that that's what you're referring to. Excuse me while I take a sip of water. Okay, you're under Teresa Brown. Yes, Teresa is beautiful. She lives about 2 hours from you. Oh, there you go. Yes, she was there on the weekend at the Leaders Conference we were attending. Yeah, spent a bit of time with Teresa chatting. She's a lovely, lovely lady. Anyway, for this one, I've got some great ideas about scrapbooking my children's trips to the Easter show, or our trips with the children to the Easter show when they were younger. So all this carnival sort of atmosphere and images, yeah, I thought that's going to go great for the Easter show. We've got some more beautiful colour on the back of that one. Love that. This is so bright. Beautiful. This one is giving me Hawaii vibes. Okay. So I've been to Hawaii twice, once with my husband before we had the children, and then we took the children there when they were a bit older. I think they were teenagers when we went. Actually teenagers, or were the girls actually already in their 20s? No, I think they were, Amber might have been in her 20s. I think Brooke was still at uni. Yeah, so Jake would have probably still been at high school. But yes, I can't wait to do some Hawaii photos with this one. And then on the back, we've got some like carnival sort of images. Probably goes up that way actually, with the string, looks like strings of lights. We've got some beautiful sunshine. Again, that would make really bright, happy, cheerful cards or scrapbooking layouts. Very summery. Love all these textures. Don't these look like beautiful clouds? Maybe like at sunset with the sun, yeah, like reflecting off the clouds. Love the water scene. Of course, we've all got lots of photos around water, most likely. So that would be really helpful for that, and just great for cards as well. And again, these look like clouds again, but just in a different colour. I actually think it's the same. It is the same print as this one. It's just in a different colour. So yeah, so that's really beautiful. And then you get this page of tickets, which will come in really handy for lots of different things. We've been to lots of events with tickets. Like Amber and I went to see The Lion King at in the city at the theatre. So that was a musical. So we've been to lots of different things. The girls and I go to Cirque du Soleil regularly, like usually every year or every couple of years when they come to Australia. Then of course we've got the Easter show again and all the different things. So these will come in really, really handy for scrapbooking those, or making cards, of course. And then we've got that one again, which is makes a really pretty background. So anyway, that's the paper we're playing with today. So as I said, we're going to be using this tropical one with the trees. So Hawaii vibes today. or could be Fiji too, because Fiji's tropical too, but we've been to both. But Hawaii is what is sticking in my mind with these ones. All right, so I've got my stamps all ready to go. Just to show you my inspiration, so there's 2 pieces of inspiration that I have. This card here is was made, this was a swap card that I received at On Stage last year from Megan Lecornu. Now, Megan was on my Facebook Live in the chat last week, but I don't think she's here yet this week. I'm not sure if she'll pop in later, but this was Megan's card, and she created this little interactive piece here, which is really cool. It's on a little, what is it on? She's put it on some sort of little special stud thingy that has, you know, that you've got movement to. So this was kind of part of the inspiration for today's card. So I love this card that Megan made. And then this one is the other one that was my tutorial bundle card for this month, the July tutorial bundle. Now, Amber made most of this, but we collaborated a bit on this as well. And we did a bit of, there was a lot of problem solving with this one to try and get it to open that way. So it's sort of like a waterfall card, but there were a few challenges that came up in designing this. So I was kind of helping her nut through some of the, you know, different ideas and stuff. Yes, and then she asked me about, you know, the colours that I wanted and which images I wanted and blah, blah, blah. So we kind of collaborated a little bit on this one, but she did most of the heavy work on this one. But she's very clever working out the mechanisms, because some of the ideas that we had weren't working to get that to sort of flip over. But then, yeah, we came up with some workarounds, and yeah, it worked. But it's really, really cute. It is cute. Hey, Matthew. Yes. So it is in the tutorial bundle that is available that I mentioned before. So all the step-by-step instructions for this one, it's quite detailed. But yeah, so that was my other inspiration. So they're my 2 pieces of inspiration for today's card. Let's pop that over there. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. Yeah. All right. Oh, yes. So when you get started with a set that you have felt overwhelmed with, Matthew, then once you get started, you use the life out of that set. Yes, I know what you mean, and you don't want to put it down. Yeah, I totally get that. Hey, Dimity, great to have you here. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so that's what we're going to create today. All right. So I've already got a piece of the cardstock, the designer series paper cut, and I've just cut this to a card front size at the moment. Well, it's actually not. It's 10.1 centimetres wide, but it's actually 6 inches across, because I just cut the piece of DSP like in half. So we're going to trim this one down, and we're also going to use some Blackberry Bliss and some, oh, not that one. That one's only a piece. This one, oh gosh, I can't remember which one I picked up. Was that Flirty? Was that Flirty Flamingo? Strawberry Slush. I think it's Strawberry Slush. Hang on, let me double check. Yes. Yes, Strawberry Slush. I was like, wait, that's too dark for Flirty Flamingo. So they're the colours that we're using and the paper. So we're going to make some basic layers with those. We're going to be doing some stamping and embossing today. So I've got my Versamark ink, and we're going to be using black and white embossing powder with our heat tool. It's my trusty heat tool. But I just wanted to let you know, so these are old tubs that I'm using, that I'm still using up, okay? So the new ones that come out, the new ones are called Wow Embossing Powder, okay? And this one is the metallic range. I don't have the basics in it yet because I'm still using my old basics, but these are the metallics. So they come in little tubs like this. They hold about the same amount. They're just a different shape of container, and they come in a pack of 3. So this is the metallics. You get bronze, gold, and silver. and in the basics you get black, white and clear. Okay, so just to let you know the difference, if you wonder what, you know, why you can't find these particular ones that I'm using today in the online store, it's because they're in a different packaging now. Okay, all right, so let's get started. We're going to do a little bit of stamping. Now I've got my my heat embossing additions toolkit, but I might also be using some paper today too, because I'm using two different colors. I'm using black and white, and I don't want it to mix those two colors. I don't want to get either of them into the other one. And because I'm filming, I probably won't have time to clean the tray effectively in between the two. Okay, so I'll use this for one of them. I think for the white, looks like I've had white in here. And for the black, I'm actually just going to use some paper. I'll show you that when we get to it. All right. So we are going to, I've already put the stamps for the camera, the big camera I'm using. So these here, I've already put these on blocks. And I'm just going to be using, you've got these three little scene pieces here. We've got like a camping scene with the hills in the background and the trees, the pine trees and everything. So sort of like a more sort of country scene. We've got a city scene and a beach scene. And then there's a blank one that you can create your own. But I'm going to be using the beach scene one today. And I'll probably tell you a few little stories along the way today. All right, so we're going to start with the big camera piece first, and I'm using Versamark ink because we're going to be embossing with that. Oh, before I forget. So the heat embossing, the embossing additions toolkit comes with the tray, an embossing buddy, which is an anti-static pillow, very important when you're working with deep, dark colours. The brush and the reverse grip tweezers that you may have actually seen me use last week. I use these a lot, not just for heat embossing. So I'm going to take my embossing buddy. I'm going to rub that over my whole piece of cardstock here to remove any static. We don't want this embossing powder sticking to anything other than what we stamp, okay? So just ink up my stamp. You see all that? Or am I off camera there? So ink that up. Just tap, tap, tap a few times around the stamp. Actually, I'm just going to see if it will fit. Yeah, it will fit across this way. So I'll leave a bit of space to do the other things, the other pieces as well. So we're doing that in the white embossing powder. So I'll just get my tray. Let's take all my tools out of there. Get my tray. I'm going to sprinkle my white embossing powder on the camera. And I'm doing that on basic black cardstock. I'll use my brush just to tap that excess off. And because I've used the embossing buddy, the embossing powder has only stuck to the camera image, okay? It hasn't stuck to anything else. Now I'm going to just move that to the side for a minute because I'm going to do some more stamping. I've got all my I did some little samples beforehand just to check which colours I wanted to use today. All right, so I'm going to use this piece now too to create part of the front of the camera and sort of the viewfinder part. And then we'll need this one too. Okay. And then we can bring our tray back in and I'll put some white embossing powder on these pieces as well. Who else loves heat embossing? Do you love it? Do you have a love-hate relationship with it? Do you struggle with it? Tell me in the comments. So heat embossing is what got me into card making. My very first workshop that I ever attended as a customer, at the request of a friend or the invitation of a friend, who is now on my team, by the way, and has been for quite a few years. She introduced me to card making when she invited me to this workshop many, many, many years ago, before Stampin' Up! Was even in Australia. And I saw the demonstrator at the time for the company that it was, demonstrated heat embossing, and I was like, oh my goodness, that stuff is magic. I need it. I think we made a Christmas card in gold heat and gold embossing powder, and I was just like, oh my goodness, that is magic. I need that. I need to do that. And back then, heat tools were very rare and they were very expensive, and we used to do it over the toaster back in the day when you could turn the toaster on without toast in it. Nowadays, toasters don't usually turn on unless they've got toast in them. All right, so I've got all of those ones ready. Now I want to do the little aperture part, and we're going to do that onto a piece of, here it is. I'll use this bit here actually. We're going to use a piece of basic grey cardstock for this one. And this one is going to be done in black. Did that stamp properly? I might stamp that again. I feel like that I didn't have that properly inked up. Just do another one down here. And I'm doing it this way so that I can just do all the heating at one time. All right, and then we can come back and clean all of those off later. All right, so now for this one, what I would normally do is clean my tray, because we don't want the white embossing powder getting into the black or vice versa. But for ease today for the video, I'm just using 2 sheets of ordinary copy paper. Am I doing this in black? Yes, I'm doing this in black. So this time I'm using the black embossing powder. And I'll just give that a little tap on the back. I didn't actually use the embossing buddy, and now I can see I should have, because now I've got a little bit of, oh, I got it out. I didn't think I would. My trusty little fine tip brush that I've been using, this one I've been using since I've been heat embossing. So this one was originally one of my face painting brushes from way back when I was doing face painting many, many, many years ago, before I had the children. So that was a long time ago, because my eldest is 30, how old is she? 33. So yes. All right, and then that's what I do with the paper. I just use 2 sheets of paper, so I've still got to catch a piece, plus I've got like 1 piece I can use as a funnel to put the powder back in the tub. Okay, oops. All right, so now we can do all of the heating of all of the bits at one time. Now, for the heat tool, this is the Stampin' Up! Heat tool. Heat embossing is magic. Yes, I agree, Matthew. Yes. So the Stampin' Up! Heat tool has 2 settings on it, number 1 and number 2. When you're heat embossing powder, you need to have it on number 2 setting. That's the highest setting. If you are using the heat tool to dry something, say you've watercolored something that you want to dry, or you're wanting to dry some ink a bit quicker, just use it on the number 1 setting. It's a much lower setting, so that you don't burn your cardstock. Ask me how I know. All right, so we'll turn it on. We're going to heat it up just for a few seconds. Oh, before I do that too, I'm going to grab my silicone mat to just protect my desktop where I'm going to be doing the heating. And we're just going to heat that embossing powder until it becomes shiny and raised. Okay, you don't want to overheat that. All right, that's melted now. That's enough. We don't want to go too much further, because if we overcook it or overheat it, what will happen is that embossing powder will then start to absorb into the cardstock, and it'll go flat and it'll lose its shininess. So can you see now in the light the shine on that? I'm not sure if you can you see that? It's nice and shiny in the light, depending on which angle the camera is at. Anyway, believe me, trust me. All right, and then for this one, we've got all of these pieces, and these are finer details. So it's always good to do your heat embossing under good light so that you can see as that powder melts and becomes shiny. And sometimes you've got to sort of tilt it into the light so that you can sort of see when it becomes shiny. And I'm just going to stop there for a sec and grab my tweezers because that's getting hot on my fingers. There we go. All right, so I'm tilting that towards the light so that I can see when it becomes shiny. Okay, and then we put our glasses on because we should have had our glasses on all along so we can see what we're doing, and just have a little look to see and double check that that has all melted. And if you're unsure about any sections, you can just hit them again with the heat tool, but just don't hold it on there for too long because you don't want to overcook it. Yep, I think that looks pretty good. It's a little bit harder to tell when you've got fine detail like this, but if you just get it in that light and just see the light reflecting off it, you'll see when it's set. And if it's not set, you'll know because when you go to touch it, it'll smudge and that powder will come off. Let's see, I've got nothing coming off there. Okay, so that's as quick and easy as it is to heat emboss. Not difficult at all. Now we've got all that white powder left over from the embossing buddy, so all we need to do is grab a little tissue and just rub it back off. There we go. And we're going to die cut those pieces. We've got a few little granules just here and there, probably where the embossing buddy didn't sort of pick up properly on the cardstock, but we're going to be die cutting that out, so that's all good. All right. So now I'm just going to trim this down here, just around this one. We'll get rid of this one, and that one can go in the bin. That one we're keeping. Okie dokes. Now we can bring in our trimmer. Our Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, and I'm going to use the mini today. Oh, which is very dusty. Hang on a sec. I haven't used this one for a couple of weeks because I've been using the big one lately. There we go. All right. Now, that's not going to fit. That's too wide for the mouth of the mini. So what I'm going to do is just separate these into two pieces. I'll just trim a bit off this one too. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to trim around these so that I can place them on the plate and hopefully get as many on as I can to maximise and save time. All right. Okay, so we've got our number 1 plate. We've got a number 2 clear plate that goes on the bottom. Then we've got our camera. And, oh, okay, so we're only going to get 2. We're only going to get 2 through on this pass. So we'll go these 2 and then we'll do these 2. Dies. Dies would be helpful, wouldn't they? So we've got the Capturing Smiles dies. So we've got the big camera. Well, this one's got some cardstock still stuck in there from the last time it was used. So we'll just poke that out and poke that out so that it cuts properly. There we go. And we're going to pop that down, cutting side down. So you'll know which is the cutting side because it's got that sharp little blade around the edge. Okay, so that side down, so the top should be flat. If ever you're unsure which way it goes, we'll line that up. We'll grab a little bit of washi tape Got some here. Oops. Oh, tore. It's annoying when that happens, isn't it? There we go. Nope, that one tore again. Oh, well, this washi tape's not very good, is it? Keeps tearing. Tearing where I don't want it to tear. There we go. Hang on. Get rid of this bit and we'll use this bit. Okay, so we'll line this up first around the camera. Make sure that that is all lined up honky-dory before we stick this down. Oh, okay, there we go. I think that's it. So just tack that down. Now, if you haven't got washi tape, you can use post-it notes on your dies to hold them in place. Okay, so we've got that one, and then we want the circle. No, not that one. I think it's this one. Is it this one? Yes. This is the one we want. Yeah. Just checking. Sorry, I'll just move this up a bit so I'm on screen. All right, another piece of washi. So who's crafting along with me today? Is anyone crafting today? Or are you just all sitting back and relaxing? What are you all making? Let me know. So just trying to get this lined up. Oh, all right, there we go. And make sure that they're not overlapping, those two. Okay, and then top plate goes on. Move everything out of the way up the other end. And away we go. Here we go. Let's get rid of these extra little pieces. Hang on 2 secs. Okay, great. So we've got our camera, the base part of our camera. We've got our lens, and that's an extra piece. Oh. And that's an extra piece. You could use that for another project if you wanted to, that little black piece. But I probably won't be using that for anything at the moment. Remember to pop out any little extra bits of cardstock as well. I've got a little bit up here and a little bit over here. So I love that we've got those little release holes in the dies. Okay, so next pieces, so we'll pop those two plates back on. And these two dies can go back on the die sheet. And now we need, this was this way. Now we need this one and this one. Yep. Oh, and we're also going to need to die cut this one as well. Ooh. This one, and we will need to die cut this one later as well. Okay, so this one also still has cardstock stuck in it from before. So we'll get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so we want to do this one. Let's get that lined up. This one as well is also going to cut out like the little viewfinder part. Sorry, just getting my head in there so I can see where we are. These dies kind of really hug the stamped image quite closely. There we go. So I'll put that one on there so that stays put. And then we want this one. So the, I don't know if I said before, but the aperture part, this one that I'm just sticking now, I stamped that onto basic grey. I can't remember if I said which colour I was using for that one. And then embossed that one in black. Oh, they could too, Amber. Amber just said the little extra black pieces could be used to make eyes. These ones, they could too. That would be really cute. Sounds like her creative juices are flowing. She's coming up with ideas. There we go. All right. So that's that. Now, stories of Hawaii. We have, as I said, we've had a couple of trips to Hawaii, but our trip to Hawaii, our last trip to Hawaii, was very eventful. We had, I got very sick. Well, actually, we had a really great time. We had some really fantastic experiences. We got to see where some movies were making at a place called The Ranch over on the far side, the opposite side to Waikiki. So it's on the other side of Oahu, which is the main island, not the big island. The big island is the one that has the volcanoes, but the main island is the one where Waikiki is. That's the biggest tourist destination. And we had, I'm die cutting these out of basic grey. Yeah, so we went over there. That was a really cool tour that we did over to there to see where all of these movies had been made. 50 First Dates, if any of you know the movie 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore. King Kong was filmed over there. Oh, what else was filmed over there? I'll use this die after that other die after I've stamped. A whole heap of other movies were filmed over there. Oh, the show Lost was filmed there as well on this ranch. We got to see all these sets and like paraphernalia from the movies and stuff. It was really, really cool. Cool tour. We also did, when we went to Hawaii, we did, my husband and second daughter, they went up the top of, I don't know, this really high mountain. They left at like 2 a.m. in the morning. It took them a couple of hours on a minibus on a tour going up there to this high mountain. And up in the mountain, at the top of the mountain, they had a guide, she was like a park ranger or something, and she sung this really beautiful song in native language as the sun came up. So they were above the clouds. So yeah, they were on this mountain above the clouds, and then as the sun came up, the clouds all dissipated. And then, yeah, so it was really, really beautiful apparently. And then they biked down on push bikes all the way down this mountain, which apparently was very, very scary. And my daughter said she thought she was going to die. She said it was so steep. And there were like just sheer drops off the side of the road that they were driving down, and there weren't really, great safety barriers. But anyway, she didn't die. She lived to tell the tale, but apparently it was the most amazing experience. But yeah, we didn't go up and do that because that's a bit too much for me, and my son and my other daughter didn't want to do that. So, and it was really windy apparently too, and they were starting to feel a little bit yucky. So I'm glad I didn't go because my tummy would not have coped with that very well at all. All right, put this one back. So that was something. And we went over to the Big Island and saw the volcanoes. And interestingly, has anyone else been to Hawaii? Let me know in the comments if you've been to Hawaii. I'll move this for the moment. Yeah, interestingly, they had some, so there's been lots of eruptions and it's very active at the moment, or it has been very active. It's always been an active volcano, but sometimes it's more active than others. And I haven't been following it just recently, but earlier in the year it had been very active. Anyway, one of the spots where we went, now I'm just looking at this to see, okay, that's up, that's flat, that's up. I want to do it the same way. Where I had been previously with my husband up at the, there was one of the lookouts up there, like on the edge of the crater of Kilauea. It erupted, this was back in 1990. It was a year after we got married. 1990, he took me there. And I was so petrified, and he made me go to there's like an information centre up there, and you can observe the crater of Kilauea. Well, he took me up there, and then he's like, let's go to the lookout, which was right on the edge of the crater, and there was like a wooden fence. I've got a photo of me standing there. He took a photo of me standing there. Well, not long after we had been there, it erupted right there. And guess what? That fence got totally burnt, and that side of the volcano sort of, you know, was like blown out kind of thing. Well, anyway, they managed to retrieve some of that fence. And so when we went back with the kids, they had an artifact of that burnt fence. I've got a photo of me holding it when we went back there with the kids years later. So we're talking about 20 years later we went back. And there was a picture of the fence that I stood at on the edge of the crater that exploded just after we had been there. Amazing. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I was like, oh my goodness, I was standing at that fence. Thank goodness it hadn't erupted then. So, Leonie's been there about 6 times to Hawaii. Wow, that's amazing. And Robin says, yes, she went with her husband, for their honeymoon in 2005. Very nice. We went to the island of Oahu. Yeah, that's the main island, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, lovely. Oh, very good. Yeah, so really, really a beautiful place to go and visit. But our very favourite is, well, the volcanoes, of course. Oh, and that first trip that my husband and I went to, I'll just tell you as I'm putting these pieces together. The very first trip that my husband and I went on, at that time, back in 1990, so restrictions and things weren't as tight as what they are now, there was a part of the lava that was flowing down the very bottom and flowing out into the ocean, and you were allowed to go and walk up to where it was flowing, like within about 10 metres or so, 20 metres of where it was flowing. Into the ocean, and it was flowing very, very slowly. And we went down to check out this lava flow, and we were walking over the old lava, the old dry lava, to get to this lookout spot. But I had to stop about, I don't know how far out it was. It was quite a way, maybe a kilometre or something, maybe not quite that much. I had to stop because I was, the sulphur was setting off my asthma. But my husband, so I stopped, he continued and he went, and he was within about 10 or between 10 and 20 metres, 10, 15 metres of the actual lava flowing. Like it was flowing slowly, but it was flowing. We've got photos of it. And he was standing right there watching like red hot lava flow. Just amazing. I'm like, you're crazy. That's too scary. But yeah, it's just an experience he has never, ever forgotten. And he tells people about it all the time. So Hawaii came up on the weekend. And of course, then he had to go and talk to the ladies who had been to Hawaii and talk to them all about Hawaii and his experiences of the lava and stuff. So yeah, he loves telling that story. Pretty incredible. Like, you're not allowed to do that nowadays, though, because of, safety. You can't get that close anymore, I believe. But, yes, But the smell of the sulfur really is, if you have lung issues, it's not really great. Not really great for lungs. But up the top, where it's safe to, well, I don't know where they're doing the viewing from at the moment, because I think even up the top now it's been erupting up there, like up near the information centre. I think the information centre was closed down for a while because it was erupting actually out of the main crater. So, but anyway, but our favourite island is actually Maui. We loved Maui. It was so beautiful. If you've heard of the wildfires that they had there a few years ago, and it went through lots of different areas, but it went through, I think it was Lanai. That was our favourite place, actually. And so when we heard about that, we felt so sad because that place was really special for us. We went to a luau there. We watched the sunset there on the we sat on the rock wall with the kids and watched the sunset as we were watching the turtles swimming in the ocean. We went to a cultural event there as well, like a screen, like a movie thing about Hawaii. Look how cute my little camera is turning out. Isn't that adorable? So just a really beautiful place, but sadly it was very affected, that area on Maui, from the wildfires that they had over there. So that was really sad. Don't know how they're recovering now though. Haven't sort of been following that for a while. Does anybody know? Has anyone been? Oh, Lahaina, that's the one, Amber. Yeah, thank you, Lahaina. Yeah, such a beautiful place, Lahaina. Oh, and we had the best pizza in the world there in Lahaina. Was wood-fired pizza, and you know the big American pizzas you get, those huge, great big things that like one slice is like your whole meal because they're so huge. Yeah, that was in Lahaina. So, really, really beautiful place. All right, I'm going to cut some layers now. I've made my little camera. So we'll do the layers, and we've got to do the stamping and the bits for this one. So we're going to do some 2mm borders. I'll cut this one at 10.1. But yeah, we love Hawaii. Not such a big fan of Waikiki anymore. From the first time we went, which I loved, to the second time we went, it had changed so much. And it was so, so busy and just not, I don't know, it didn't have the same vibe. So we are not huge fans of Waikiki, but get out of Waikiki and go to the other side of the island, and it is absolutely beautiful on the other side of the island. Or get off Oahu and go over to one of the, what are we wanting, 9.7. Go over to one of the other islands. Another island that my husband and I went to the first time, hang on a minute, let me just concentrate here for a sec. 5, 6, 7. 10.7 is what we want. Was what was the other island we went to? It was very, very tropical and it rained a lot. But we did a tour of, what was it called? It'll come to me. But yeah, we did a tour of like a fern grotto. We did a river, I wouldn't say cruise, but a trip down the river in this really old boat, which I wasn't sure if it was going to stay afloat, but it did. It was covered, like a little covered boat. What was the name of that island? Can't remember. Oh, you especially love Kona, the island of Hawaii, Leonie? Yes. With the Volcanoes National Park. It's really, really interesting actually over there. Yeah. Okay, so there's my layers for my card. So I won't put them together just yet. I've got my camera ready. We're going to do, and I've got my film strip ready. So we're going to do a little bit of stamping, and then we're going to do some die cutting and make our little film strip. I've got some basic white cardstock. I've actually got some scraps here, so I think we'll just use scraps. and we'll find our little scene. So the little scene I'm using is the beach scene. There we go. I remember the first time I swam in the water at Waikiki as well with my husband in 1990, and oh my goodness, I'd never swum in water like it in the ocean. It was so warm, and we were there in April, I think. It was so warm and it was so calm. The waves were just like little ripples, like just little ripples rolling in, not like the big surf we get here in Australia. Well, not at that beach anyway, not at Waikiki, because they've got the breakwater as well now too. Oops, I didn't do that one very well. Might have to do another one. Waikiki too commercial for you, Robin? Yes, I agree, it is now. Yeah. Look, if you want to go over there and do some shopping or something, you know, they've got the outlets and stuff like that. Like, that's good. We did go and do a bit of that. But yeah, great. Lots of great restaurants. The Cheesecake Factory is amazing. Their food, they don't just sell cheesecake, they do meals as well. It's really beautiful there. We did enjoy some meals there. But yeah, it's full on. It's, I always say, it's like the Gold Coast on steroids. It's really, really, like, don't get me wrong, I love the Gold Coast, and our daughter lives on the Gold Coast and works on the Gold Coast, but yeah, it's like full on. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, or maybe that one. Yeah, maybe that one, and that one I can use. Yep. Yeah, so this, by the way, this is our new black hybrid ink. So it is hybrid because you can use it for heat embossing and watercoloring. So it kind of replaces the Memento and the Stays On. Okay, so you can do both things with this one. The only thing is it does stain your stamps, but don't be too worried about that. It just means that your stamps are loved. It doesn't affect how they work. The ink won't transfer. Just give them a really good clean between uses to take off any surface ink. And then once you're getting clean, see, I'm stamping that now, nothing's coming off. Yeah, so it'll just make your stamps a little bit darker, which I don't mind because it actually is easier to line your stamps up when you go to stamp. Now I just realised I haven't cleaned my other stamps after using a Versamark, so I'll quickly do that while I'm talking to you. Yeah, we loved Kona too. We did a few things over on Kona. What else did we do on Kona? The volcanoes are the highlight. I'm trying to think what else we did over on Kona. We did stay at a few different places on the Big Island of Hawaii. The volcanoes were the main part though, but Maui was beautiful. I'm thinking Lanai is, you know how you said Lahaina is the town on Maui? I think Lanai might be the other, is that the other island that we visited? John and I, my husband and I. Can't remember now. Anyway, lots of beautiful islands over there to visit. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of colouring. Today I thought I might use my watercolour pencils for colouring because I haven't used them for a while. So let's see, what do we need? We need some water. So I've got Balmy Blue. It's a little bit of Night of Navy, but that might be a bit too bright. I've got the Old Pacific Point. So that one doesn't exist anymore. My pencils that I've got this, the original first set and the original second set. So the two sets that they have now have got, may have slightly different colours in them because some of the colours that are in the original ones are no longer around. So they've now replaced them with current colours like Bermuda Bay. That's not a current colour now. So I haven't really bought the new ones because I've got all of these ones that I just keep using. But yeah, if you're interested in the watercolour pencils, then yeah, just have a look and see the colours. You get quite a lot of different colours in them. So I might start with the sky in Balmy Blue. And let's see, I might use one of the ones that I'm not going to use just to check the colour. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we really love Hawaii. Don't think we'll ever get back there, though. Would love to go back to Maui, although now since the fires, I'm not sure the state of Maui, what, how the island is now. Hopefully they've rebuilt. Like, they do need the tourism to build back up again. But they would have had, after all those terrible fires, they would have had a lot of work they would have had to do, I would imagine. All right, so that's pretty good for the sky. Oh, you know what I meant to do? No, that's all right. I'm going to do that when I die cut it. So I'm going to have 3 of the same photo, but you know when we go somewhere and we take photos of something, we'll often take multiple photos of the same thing to get the best photo. That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking of when I thought I'll just do all the same picture, because that's what we do, isn't it? So let's see, the sand, yellow sand, or we could have a black sand beach. Actually, you know what? Has anyone been to any of the black sand beaches? They were over on the Big Island. We went to a black sand beach, and the sand is very similar to actually this is finer. The black sand on the black sand beaches is much coarser because it's the old lava that's broken down to create the sand, but it's much coarser than this. But this is what the black embossing powder reminds me of, is the black sand beaches. The kids couldn't believe the black sand. They were really astounded to see, because, you know, our sand over here in Australia is so, well, it depends on where you go. It's so yellow or so white. But, yeah, they had black sand there. They also, I think, in parts over there, they have red sand too. But we just went to the black sand beach to show the kids. All right, now, what colour deck chair? I need a colour for the... I've got to think about the colours here as well, because I don't want to bring in too many additional colours on my film strip. But we do need to have blue sky and yellow sand, right? I wonder if I add in a bit of white over the yellow sand, if that'll dull that down a little bit. So maybe we could have, yes, you've been to the black beaches too, Leonie. They're amazing, aren't they? So much character to them. Yes, I agree. Oh, Robin's seen black sand beaches in Vanuatu. Oh, wow. That's awesome. All right, so I need a colour for the deck chair and a colour for the umbrella, and we've got lots of pinks and purples over here. So what if we do, what have I got? A rich raspberry. I've got flirty flamingo. That's another rich raspberry. Melon mambo. Oh, we do still have melon mambo. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Let's do the umbrella in melon mambo. We'll just do the whole thing in the same colour, I think. The one bad thing that happened in Hawaii, well, actually, there were a couple of bad things. So our family holidays, every time we have a family holiday, something always happens. And our first day on Oahu, on the Big Island, when we went to see the volcanoes, 2 of my children, one of my daughters, well, my middle daughter and my son, decided to have a race along the path to get to the lookout, and along the edges of the path. So the path was built over an old lava flow. So, of course, you know, the lava, it's quite rough and everything. Bali has black sand beaches too, Dimity. Oh, there you go. I never knew that. Well, there you go. Well, I guess that makes sense too, really, because they have volcanoes there too, don't they? Anyway, so they were racing, and my son went off the edge of the path onto the lava our first day of the trip. And guess what? He bunged his knee up. So his knee was, oh my goodness, thankfully I always travel with a first aid kit because it came in handy. He had all lava in his knee, old lava in his knee. I had to get all the bits of grainy yuck out of his bleeding knee. It was awful. Yeah, first day. So he couldn't swim our whole trip because I had to bandage his knee up. He couldn't swim. Yeah, so that wasn't much fun for him. And then, of course, he was limping everywhere because he had a sore knee. And then he got the flu. He came down with the flu shortly after we got there. Now, what colour sailboat will I have out there in the ocean? What colour sail do we need on the sailboat? Maybe I'll use, what if I use the flirty for that one? Yeah. So he wrecked his knee on the first day. So no swimming for him. I'm just going to use a little bit of, actually, you know what? I'll use grey. Grey for the base of the boat. So basic grey. Yeah. So, and then he came down with the flu. So I think when we were in Maui, we were down in the pool having a great time, and he was sick in bed with the flu. Then when we went back over to, that's right, we went to the luau. And while we were at the luau, he really was not very well at all. That one's smudged. Might use this one and this one. Yeah, so he wasn't very well at the luau. And, you know, if anyone's been to a luau, it's where they have traditional dance. They had some traditional activities. They showed how they make the poi? No. Is it poi? Is that what their traditional, the purple gunky stuff that what is it called? Is that what it is? Poi? There's some other activities. They were teaching the girls to hula, yeah, all different sorts of things. And then you get the big spread for dinner. They show you how they cook the pork down in the ground, under all the coals and the palm leaves and stuff like that. Anyway, he was really unwell that night, so he didn't really enjoy it all that much because he was feeling pretty crook. And then he got better, and then that was okay. And then we got over to Oahu, and then I came down with a tummy bug, and then Amber came down with a tummy bug, and then I got worse and ended up in hospital over there, which thankfully we had insurance because having to go to hospital overseas is very, very expensive. But we had to pay for it up front and then claim it back later on our insurance when we got back home. So that wasn't much fun. And then also too, because that happened and I was so sick, I was so weak, that felt so rotten that we couldn't fly home. So we had to extend our trip. We had our car already in, parked at the airport. So we had to extend that, had to contact Australia, contact Sydney, to get them to extend our parking. We had to change all our flights. Oh, it was a nightmare. And then all I could eat on the way back was jelly. And I remember when we were going through security, they had to check the jelly to make sure that it wasn't anything that was dangerous. Because, who carries tubs of jelly on the plane? So it was very interesting. It's a very eventful trip. So, yes, it was one that we always remember. Oh yeah, I know what else we did on the big island, on the one that has the volcanoes. We went in the lava tube, the Thurston lava tube. Has anyone been through the Thurston lava tube? That's really interesting. I had been through there before with my husband when we went the first time, but we took the kids, and yeah, they thought it was amazing. And then there's a lovely forest walk that you can do after that through the forest, and we've got some nice photos of the kids and I and John too. Yeah, there in that forest. That was really lovely. So yeah, that's some of our adventures of Hawaii. Has anyone got any fun adventure stories of when they've been overseas, or things that have happened when they've been travelling? We always tend to get something that happens. We went to Fiji. We all came back with bacterial infection in our gut and were sick for 7 weeks. Don't ever come on holidays with us, because we always get sick or have accidents or something happens. Oh, you did it a long time ago, Dimity? Awesome. Now, which one did I use for the umbrella? Was that the, now I can't remember which colours I've used. That's the rich raspberry, because now I've been talking, not focusing on what I'm doing. Oh, that was the umbrella. Okay, there we go. Fun times, though, and good memories. Like, we did do some really fun stuff, though, and we had a good time. Just, yeah, got to take the good with the bad, right? All right, and then we're doing the chair in rich raspberry and flirty, weren't we? No, it was one of the purple ones. Is it this one? What did I use? Oh, it was that one. This is the gorgeous grape. Forgot which ones I used. Because I was talking, I didn't pay attention to which colours I was picking up, and I didn't set them aside. I mixed them in with all the other ones. Rich raspberry, I think, was the one I did for the umbrella. Yeah, and I think this is the flirty flamingo. Oh, no, I didn't use the flirty flamingo. That's lighter. What one did I use? Melamambo. Must have used Melamambo. Is that the one? I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. There we go. They don't all quite look exactly the same. But just pretend I took them in different lighting. As I said, remember, you when you take photos when you're away, the lighting is often different. And so, or, you know, you might take them at slightly different angles or whatever. And then the boat was not that one. I think it was that one. Is it that one? That one. There we go. 1, 2, 3. That one looks a bit different, doesn't it? It's a bit darker. I mean lighter. Just add a bit more colour to this one. Make that a little bit darker. I think because I stamped these two a little bit heavier too than that one. Anyway, that'll be okay. I'll just add a little bit more white over this one, because I think I added a bit of white over the first one. That one's a bit darker. Okay. All right, we'll die cut those out. I'll keep those pencils out so I remember which ones I've used now, and that one was the one I didn't use. Okay, let's put that out of the way. All right, I'll put these in my little tub over here. All right, so now we're going to die cut these. I'll just cut them out individually first. Amber, if you're still online, do you remember any other stories that I've missed about Hawaii? There were lots of things that happened. Oh, I remember too, we went to order lunch one day they had like a Subway or something like that, and we went to order lunch, and what was it now? John was ordering like a sub, like we would have a sub from Subway. Oh, that's right. And he was asking they asked him, did he want bell peppers, which is our capsicum, or he asked for capsicum, I think, and they didn't know what he was talking about because they call it bell peppers over there. And I had to say, and he kept on saying capsicum, and they're like, excuse me, like what, basically like, we don't know what you're talking about. And I said to him, John, it's bell peppers. And he said, oh, bell peppers. And so then he got capsicum on his sub with whatever else it was on there. I just remembered that in particular. It was so funny. And I remember the first time we went to, when he and I went, we went through KFC drive-through, and I ordered chicken and a biscuit, and I thought this is going to be interesting. Turned out the biscuit was a scone. So they had chicken and gravy and a scone. I was like, this is weird. We don't do this. But yeah, they call scones biscuits. And I just thought that was so weird. But there you go. We call things different things. Bell peppers and biscuits. I just remember everything being supersized too. Everything was so big. You ordered a drink, you got like a jumbo, big canister almost of drink. All the meals were enormous. Oh, had really yummy, I think it was Balmain bugs over there in Hawaii. Balmain bugs? I think that's what they were, some sort of bug seafood. They were delicious. Loved that. That was the first. No, that was when we were with the kids, actually. And the markets over there are really good too in Waikiki. I remember the first time John and I went, we didn't actually go in April. We went in December. That's right, because we went just before Christmas, because I bought all of the family Christmas presents at the markets there in Hawaii to bring back. And my nieces, I remember I bought them little hula teddies, little teddies in cute little hula skirts. That's right, it was December. That's right, because I was thinking it was their winter, our summer, and I was swimming in the ocean and it was really warm. And I thought that was so weird because, over here you don't swim in the ocean in the winter because it's freezing. But yeah. So the second time when we went with the kids must have been April or May, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Amber. If you're still online, she might not be now. I'm just trying to fit these dies back on my sheet. Rosemary Nathan says, yes, and chips or fries. You end up with potato chips, not hot chips. Oh, yes, that's right. You've got to order fries, not chips. Yes, so true, so true. Okay, so now we're going to put our little photos on our film strip, and they're all going to be the same. So let's see now if we can, I flipped that over now, didn't I? So go in that order. So I'm just going to glue them to the back here. I'm going to add little dabs of glue. They just fit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to get some, I'll use my silicone craft sheet. I was going to say I'll get some grid paper, But even better, my silicone craft sheet, because then the glue won't stick. The glue won't stick to the places I don't want it to stick. Did I just mix up the order? Oh, no, that's right. That's how I did. No, that'll be okay. As long as I've got them up the right way, we'll be all good. Okay. So what I might do is put a little line of glue along the edge. I think they only overlap the very slightest little bit over the frame of the whatsy film strip. That's the whatsy. Come on, glue. Here we go. Oh, and the other fun thing on that trip too was because Amber and I had gastro tummy bug, and we were staying in this old hotel. Was like one of the big hotels, but it was like pretty old. I remember the carpet in the hall was really dodgy and like rippled in places. I thought, oh, that's a tripping hazard. Anyway, the drains all blocked up. And so we had to then call them to come and we had a gastro bug. So it wasn't fun. We had to call them to come and fix the toilet, and it was going to be some time. So I said to them, well, what are we going to do? Like, we're not well and we need the bathroom. And they said, well, we've got a toilet down in the foyer area. You can come and use the one down here. So here's Amber and I jumping in the lift to go and sit down in the foyer, being very unwell, sitting down in the foyer in case we needed the toilet. Funny story, but yeah. And we just had to wait down there in the foyer feeling rotten and feeling sick in case we needed the loo until they went and fixed our toilet, and hoping that we didn't need the toilet on the way down in the lift, which we didn't, thankfully. But it just had that feeling like, oh no, I don't know when I'm next going to need to go. Tummy bugs are just no fun. So yes, very eventful holiday that one was. But we look on it now and laugh and think that was hilarious, but it wasn't really hilarious at the time. Oh, dear. I have to say, though, they were very good to me at the hospital. We went to, like, one of the little private hospital, like a little, it was like a little clinic-y sort of hospital. One of our daughters came with John and I, and the other two stayed back at the hotel. And, but yeah, I was pretty scared going into a hospital in a different country and not knowing anything about, you know, their hospital system or anything. And I just remember saying to John, don't leave me. You make sure you stay here with me. Don't leave me here on my own. So, yeah, but they were very good with me, and they really looked after me well. And after they gave me some fluids and stuff, I was a lot better. And they gave me some jelly. They gave me some yucky jelly. I can't remember what it was, but I remember I was pulling a face, and my daughter took a photo of me. She thought it was hilarious because I pulled a face eating this yucky jelly. It was like I think it was like a rehydration type product, like a rehydration. Sort of like a, what's the one you take when you have a tummy bug that we have? It's not Gastrolite. Gastrolite? Is it Gastrolite? Something like that anyway. But yeah, it didn't taste very nice. Okay, there we go. So we've got our cute little film strip of our beach scene. So they're all stuck in there now. Now that is a little bit fiddly to do, but if you just put, as you saw me do, just put the tiniest little bit of glue just around the edge of each of those frames on the film strip, then they sit in there beautifully, and then just position them from the front so you've got the outline, you know, lined up. So that wasn't too difficult. You saw me do that. All right. Oh, now one other thing, I thought there's this little loop at the side of the camera, and I feel like that's for a strap. So I thought I might put a little bit of black baker's twine from the Baker's Twine Essentials. Is that what it's called? Baker's Twine Essentials pack, yes. I've got an extra roll in there that's from something else. I thought I might maybe see how that would look with a strap of this on it to look like a little handle or a little neck strap. So just deciding on these layers. Actually, let me just see. Oh, okay, that one's got a problem. I'll have to cut another. I just noticed that that one's been cut through just there. So I'm going to have to get another card base. That one has a problem. Hang on 2 secs. Okay, I found another one. I've got one already prepared. Here's one I prepared earlier. All right, so I think I'll just do my layers as they are for the moment. Love the liquid glue because you can reposition. Yep, just make sure I've got that up the right way. It gives you that wiggle room to be able to reposition your paper, which you don't have if you use tape. So tape has its place. I love using tear and tape as well, and seal. But when I'm trying to line things up like this, I much prefer to use the glue. Though if I'm wrapping ribbon around, I often will use the tear and tape. Now let's just see. I don't want to stick that down just yet to the card base until I've definitely decided that this is how I'm going to. Okay, so we might only see 2 of those photos coming out the side, and let's put the string through, the twine through. Might just uncurl it a little bit. It's just a little bit curly from being on the spool, so I'll just uncurl it a bit with my bone folder to make it a little bit straight. It doesn't need to be completely straight. I'll thread that through there, and we'll tie a little. How long would that be, do you reckon? Probably wouldn't be quite that long, would it? I'll tie it off a little bit and then I'll trim it. There we go. So we've got a little strap there. Now, because the camera is going straight onto here, oh, I don't have a sentiment yet, do I? I was thinking, do I need to break that up and maybe do a little bit of vellum? Which, where did I put that now? I had the vellum here a moment ago. Oops. There it is. I was wondering, do I need some vellum on there to just lift that off the background a little bit? Do I need a strip of vellum across the card? Maybe even just behind. I don't know, vellum or no vellum? What do you think? I was just thinking if I do a strip of vellum, you know what, I'm just going to cut one and we'll see. What do we reckon? About 6 centimetres. Let's go 6. And what was that? That was 9.7. 9.7. No, not 9.7, sorry. That's a long measurement, 14.05. Oof, nearly got that wrong. Should be the right width. Yes. So just wondering if I put that across there like that. And I'm just not sticking that down yet in case I add any other ribbon, which I don't think I probably will. But let's just see. Oops, that keeps sliding. Have that go right out to there. And then this can just hang loose. What do you think? Vellum or no vellum? What do you all think? Just kind of lifts it a little bit off the background, but you can still see the trees with that strip there. I'll sit that there for the minute and just have a look at the sentiments. So the sentiments in this one go really well with scrapbooking layouts, but I'm just trying to see how I can use them for a card. Could do everyday moments, or we could do capture life. I can mask off the D and the apostrophe S. Capture everyday life, capture everyday moments, photo op, looking good. Either way looks good, Rosemary. Oh, thank you. Okay, cool. What about everyday moments? Everyday moments, you could put that on a card, hey. That you could just use that then for anything really, couldn't you? I think I will stick that down to the card base. I don't think I'm going to add any other ribbon to that. I don't think it's going to need it. So stick this down to the card base while I'm thinking about the sentiment. I mean, I could also grab a different sentiment from another stamp set as well if I wanted it to be a happy birthday or something, but I feel like something generic would be good on the card so that then I could use it for different occasions. Because I might just want to use it just to send, you know, a card to someone to let them know I'm thinking about them, or, you know, if they're going through a hard time. Or even you could send it to somebody if they're going on a trip or they've just come back from a trip. Or you could turn it into a birthday card. It could be whatever you want. So that's what I'm just thinking. A generic sentiment will probably be better. I might just use everyday moments. Yeah, I think I might do that. Whoops, vellum. So with the vellum likes a dry adhesive rather than a wet adhesive, because with the wet adhesives they tend to curl. So if you're going to use vellum, I do suggest using a dry adhesive. So I'm going to grab some. Oh, where did my seal go? My Stampin' Seal. I had it out. Oh, there it is. It got moved. Okay. So let's stamp a sentiment. So I think we'll do everyday moments. And I think they're going to need to be stamped separately. So I'll grab 2 blocks. Excuse me, reaching over. feel the vellum takes away from the tropical feel, Leonie. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have to use the vellum. As long as I guess the camera being so heavy, like in the black, it's still going to show up, isn't it? I just didn't want to take away from the camera either. But, okay, let's keep the camera just on there like that. You could put it at an angle if you wanted to. Or you could put it just straight. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like it at an angle? Oopsie. Let's work out the sentiment first. Helps if I put my stamp on my block straight though, doesn't it? Everyday moments. Okay. Will I stamp these separately? Oh, yes. I think I'm going to do that and stagger them to fill this space here. I think that will be good. Oh, you like them angled, Rosemary? Okay, yeah. What does everyone else think? Do you like them angled? Sort of a bit like that. Maybe not quite. A little bit like that. And then we'll stamp the sentiments. What colour shall I stamp the sentiments on? Any suggestions? Should I do something like this colour in the background? I don't even know what colour that is. Let me see. Let's have a look on the packet. So on the packet, it tells me the colours are Blackberry Bliss, Bubble Bath, it could be Bubble Bath, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Lemon Lolly, Petunia Pop, Petunia Pop's gone now, Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, Summer Splash, Timid Tiger. We could do, I could do white embossed on, you like them angled too, Rosemary? Okay. So Bubble Bath or Blackberry Bliss, not Blackberry Bliss, because Blackberry Bliss is this one, so I don't want to use that layer again on top, but we could use the what was that one, did I say? Strawberry Slush. We could do Strawberry Slush on there. What do you think? Let's grab some Strawberry Slush, and I'll try some Bubble Bath too. Strawberry Slush. Bubble Bath. Oh, that's not a piece. Hang on a minute. There's the Strawberry Slush. That's the Bubble Bath. Oh, that might work too. That might be a bit dark. Maybe that one would be a better colour. It's different to that in the background though. Might work though. Some more scrap pieces of that one. Good to keep your scraps. I was wondering if that would be closer to Petal Pink. Oh no, that's throwing in too much orange then, isn't it? It's a bit too orangey. It's not really the right colour. No. I'm thinking Bubble Bath might be good. I think Bubble Bath might be nice. Either that or the Strawberry Slush. I just think that's going to be too dark. Bubble Bath? Yeah, I think so too, Rosemary. Yeah, we'll try it on that one and see. I was going to white emboss it, but the white embossing won't really show up on this very well. So I wonder if I just do black embossing. I could black emboss them. I might measure some strips first, and I'll cut some strips so that they're both the same size first. So I reckon if we do 2 centimetre strips, 2 centimetre wide strips, that is. Oh, we might go smaller even. Wait, let's have another look. What's the... Got to see the longest letter. We might go, so that one's the longest one. Oh, okay, we might do 1.5. I think 1.5 might be better. I think 2 is just going to be a little bit too wide to have the 2 parts of the sentiment. So 1.5, that looks a bit better. And 1.5. Let's just check. Yep. Okay. Alrighty, let's do this. So we'll get some Versamark, we'll get our black embossing powder ready, and our black paper for our embossing powder. And we'll make 2 little strips. And what I'm going to do, because I don't know exactly where I'm going to put them, is I'm just going to stamp in a little bit from the edges. Don't know if I got that straight. Oh yeah, I think that's okay. So that if I decide to banner the ends or cut the ends at an angle or something, I can still do that. It's my brush. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, that didn't, I don't think that stamped very well. I'll give that a go, but I think that's, don't know if I got enough Versamark on there. It doesn't seem like the powder is sticking very well to that. And then we'll do, I'll do it this way so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Moments, everyday moments. Okay. Give that some, I didn't use the embossing buddy, so let's see how I go. Let's add a little bit more. There we go. All right, so we'll heat those. I'm just not sure that I've stamped the everyday properly with the Versamark, but we'll give it a go and see. I'll just return, what I always say to my ladies at classes or whenever I'm teaching is always return your embossing powder back to the tub before you turn your heat tool on. Because if you don't and you accidentally heat that, you're going to waste all of that embossing powder and you'll be very sad. So, all right, and always a good idea too to put the lid back on your ink pad before you emboss too, in case any of that embossing powder goes where it shouldn't. Let's grab our tweezers so we don't burn fingers. Okay, we'll heat the, oh, Barely Blush. Yes, I could try Barely Blush as well. We'll see how this looks, and then on this colour, and then if I decide that this isn't the right colour, you can look at Barely Blush as well. Oh, it's actually heating quite well. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Let's move that one over there out of the way. So notice that I'm using my silicone craft sheet underneath so that I don't burn the top of my desk, because I don't want to warp my desktop because I've got a background on there. Beautiful, that's nice and shiny. Can you see that on camera? very shiny. Okay, I've got a few extra speckles here on our everyday, but I'm not worried about that too much. Amber suggested Barely Blush. Let me grab that out and see. Barely Blush. So let's see Barely Blush. Oh, actually, yes, Barely Blush might be nicer. Yes. I think you've got the right idea, Amber. I think the Barely Blush is closer to that than the Bubble Bath. What does everyone think if I put them sort of staggered like that somehow to trim them up a little bit? That colour or this one with the Barely Blush? I think the Barely Blush might be the one to go, actually. It's a bit thinner, that piece. I'll cut another couple of strips. Just using the measure on this side this time. I don't know if that's straight. Do another one. 1.5 and 1.5. Just not sure if that other one was straight or not, so we won't use that one. All right. Oh, you like Barely Blush better, Rosemary? Yeah, okay, let's do Barely Blush. I think it does go better. The this pink is a little bit too bright. Now that if you compare the two of them and look at them on the card, I think this one is a little bit too bright. So, all right, let's do Embossing Buddy this time. Where have I put it now? Here it is. Let's do that first. It is a good idea to do it, especially with the black embossing powder too, because when that sticks where you don't want it, like you do notice it. All right. Tap, tap, tap. I might need to actually re-ink my Versamark. I haven't re-inked it for a while. Let's go about here. Every day. Just walk it around my ink pad a little bit in case I've used up all of the ink that's in the middle, because that often happens if you're, pardon me, if you're re-inking your stamp a lot and you use more of the ink in the middle, then make sure you use the outer edges of your ink pad too. We'll do them both at the same time this time. Okay, tap, 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 just very gently. Some people like to flick the back of them. I don't. I think that it's too heavy-handed and it flicks off too much of the embossing powder when you do that. So I like to just do a soft tap. Yep, that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'll just do one more sprinkle just to be sure. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, that Embossing Buddy made a big difference. So I don't think we got extra granules this time, which is good. Very good. Back in the day, before there was trays for embossing powder. This is how I always used to do it, with 2 pieces of copy paper. Okay. I'll just move this one to the side for a minute. Let's go again. Beautiful. All right, I'll move that one to the side. We don't want to reheat that one as we heat this other one because we don't want that to go flat. Don't want to overcook it. Let's just check that. Yep, I think that's okay. I think I might have even it just started to overcook a little bit on the M. Just ever so slightly. I think we are all good. Yep, okay. Good. Done. Alrighty. So if we put our camera and our film strip sort of like that, then we have our everyday moments. Oops, they're somewhere like that, but have them sort of staggered. Will I do them straight or will I do them at an angle? Or will I banner the ends? Because maybe I could banner the ends. They are a little bit wider than the strips, so it might not work. Oops, crash. Sorry about that, everyone. So what if I had them staggered a little bit like that? Straight ends or angled ends? That's the next question. Let's go slightly angled here. Now we can go straight on this end. And then our everyday, we'll do it the same angle. Something like that. All right, I might trim those. I should trim them up with the trimmer. So don't trust my scissor skills to get them straight. So we'll do this one quite close to the end. And then this one we'll have just out a little bit further. So we'll do that about there. About there-ish. Oh, they're not staggered as much as I was going to do them, but that's okay. I think that'll be all right. What do you reckon? And if we pop them up on dimensionals, there we go. I've had a bit of a long one today, but it's been a lot of fun, and it's been fun sharing some of my Hawaii stories. I'm sure I've probably forgotten something, but shared some of my Hawaii stories with you all today. So I hope you've enjoyed that. All right, and then we're going to have our camera and our film strip there like that, and this will go there like that and there like that. Oh, no worries, Leonie. Yes, all right, no worries. We are nearly done anyway, so yeah, come back and watch the last little bit later. What is the time? Oh my goodness, it's 6:30. Gee, how did it get that late? That came up very quickly. Haven't even had my cup of tea yet today. It's good fun just to play sometimes, isn't it? And I have enjoyed sharing those memories with you too today. So I hope you've enjoyed hearing about our adventures in Hawaii. It's been a few. So yeah, I think we'll stick that there like that and that. And I might just use some seal for this one this time. Just make sure I get that at the right angle. Sort of like that. Then we'll use a little bit. Oh, actually, I might need to, can I get that on the back of this? Oh, yeah. Make sure we've got our little hanger still out. So I'll put this down flat because we've got some dimensions already going on the front of the camera. There we go. We've got our little hanger. And then we need some bling. All right. Blingy, bling, bling. I have both my packets of bling. So that's all my silver and gold, which we might just end up going to. But I've also got these coloured ones as well. And I was wondering if any of these would go with, just looking at those pink ones, with sort of the tropical vibes that we've got going on here. Oh, there's those ones as well. Got some little tropical looking flowers. Oh, wonder if they could work. They could be like little flower lays, couldn't they? We've got some sequins, some iridescent sequins. Probably not those ones, and probably not. Oh, actually, those little white flowers might work too. So I'm thinking of like flower lays, you know, like you get on when you go to visit Hawaii. Actually, the little white ones. Which ones now? These ones maybe. These are the dreamy flowers. I think these ones were on low inventory actually. Oh, the helicopter ride. Okay, yes. Also too, we had a helicopter ride around Maui. I forgot to tell you about that part of the trip. That was another interesting experience. So we went on this helicopter trip around the island of Maui, and we went up through the mountains. And when we went up one side of the mountain, it was fine. But then when we came down the other side, the turbulence in the helicopter was just going like this. Oh my goodness, it was awful. Our poor son, he felt so sick because he gets a bit of travel sickness. Yeah, he felt so sick. soon after we took off, he didn't, I don't think he even looked once to see any of the scenery. And our two girls were in the front. So our son was in the back with John and I. I started feeling a bit seedy because I don't do well with, turbulence, as I mentioned earlier about flying. And our poor son, he was not feeling good. And then our two daughters, one gets travel sick. The other one has a cast iron stomach normally. But guess what? The one with the cast iron stomach, she actually physically got sick on the helicopter. So we've never let her live it down because she's the one who never gets sick with like travel sickness. But she did this time, very much so. And then when we got off the helicopter, because then we were all feeling so seedy, he said, we'll take you, we'll go out of the mountains. I'll take you all back via the coast because it'll be, do you reckon I can put one there? It'll be less turbulent if we go along the coast, which was beautiful scenery along the side of the edge of the coast. Anyway, when we got back, all 5 of us in our family, my husband, myself, and the kids, we all felt so seedy that we had to sit in the terminal of the helicopter for about 45 minutes after we arrived back because we just all felt too sick to then get in the car and drive back to our accommodation. So there was something else that happened on that trip. I'm not happy with how these are sitting. Yes, so very interesting experience. It was great though. Like we got some beautiful views and there were some waterfalls up in the mountains. Because these mountains, they're like, if you've ever seen the mountains in Hawaii, they're just like, they just go straight up. They're so steep, but we saw some really, really beautiful scenery there. And the waterfalls that were in those mountains were absolutely amazing. I think that's where they also filmed Jurassic Park too. Like not Jurassic Park number 2, but Jurassic Park as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they mentioned that as well. So, yeah, so it's that scenery. If you've ever seen Jurassic Park, it's that scenery. That's what we were looking at. Why can't I can't get these flowers looking right. Yeah, it was amazing, but yeah, we just didn't do well with the turbulence in the valleys. But it was a great experience, though. We'll probably never go on another helicopter. But there you go. Yeah. I don't know. These aren't working for me. These are not working. Maybe I need small ones up there. Oops. I put that one in the wrong spot. I think these are the right flowers I need, though, for this project. Just don't want them in line with each other. If I went there and do you find with embellishments you play around forever with them until you get them right? How about that? Or maybe they don't even need to go right there. Maybe they need to go over here somewhere. Oh, maybe I could just put them up here. I don't know, does that look funny having them over there, do you think? Because the sentiments are over here. What do you think about the embellishments? I need help with the embellishments today. Yeah, it's a funny story. How about that? Or is that too, like, something's over there, and then all the rest is down here? I don't know. I don't think they look right over there. Left side? Oh, you do like them? They're on the left side. They're like that? Amber, do you think they look all right there? I don't know. Let me hold it up closer to the camera. Can you see? What do you all think about the positioning of the embellishments? Do they look okay there, do you reckon? Cute camera, hey? It's really cute. What do you think? So this is my Memory of Hawaii card. You like them better on this side, Rosemary, on the left side there? Yeah, I'm happier with them there actually, rather than on the other side. They just weren't working there. It was too much. Thank you, Dimity. Yeah, I think we'll call that done. I like those little flowers. They go really well with it. They remind me of the leis that we were given when we arrived in Hawaii. The flower leis. Actually, we got I think we got shell leis at some time too, but I think that might have been my husband and I with the first time we went. But the flower leis we were given at the luau that we went to. Yes, everyone's happy with them there. Okay, pushing them on tight now. There we go. Finished. That was a long one, wasn't it? But it's been so much fun talking about our trips to Hawaii and all the adventures. So it was a very adventurous trip. And I know I've still got to clean these, but I'll clean them when I'm finished, when we finish up. Very adventurous trip. So, all right, let me tip the camera back up face to face. Bear with me 2 secs. So, yes, very adventurous trip to Hawaii. Our family trips, there's always something that happens. There's always some wild adventure or something that happens, like kids skiing straight down the front valley and nearly ending up going off a cliff and ending up underneath a fence, or skiing across a mountain and nearly falling off the side with their dad. Getting sick. Oh, one ski trip we went on. Anyway, this is our card for today. Thank you for sticking with me through that. It took a little bit of time, a little bit fiddly with all the heat embossing and the different pieces to put together, but it's very effective. It was worth it. I really like it. It's turned out well. Yeah, another ski trip. 2 of our family members, one of my daughters and my husband, got a really, really bad flu. They couldn't even lift their heads off the pillow. So thankfully we were staying in a little cottage, like a little house. But yeah, we missed out a few days of the trip because they were so sick. And then when we went back on the slopes, my daughter still wasn't well and she was sick again when we arrived there, and then still pushed through and skied all day, but she felt rotten. Yeah, every time we do a family trip, something happens. So never come on holidays with us because something's bound to happen. Mind you, when it's just John and I, we're all good. It's just when the kids come. But anyway, fun times, fun memories. And even though this was a card that I made today, it has inspired me to get on to my scrapbooking of my Hawaii photos, our Hawaii photos. And I've got lots of things set aside for that, including this paper. I've got some of this paper set aside to scrapbook some of our Hawaii photos too. So important to get your photos off your digital cameras and all of that sort of thing, and print them, and yeah, like memory keep them, because get them into memory albums, because otherwise one day they might be lost off the your digital what do you call them? I've gone blank. Your digital phones, your digital whatevers. Yeah, and then all those memories will be gone. So print your photos and get them into albums where you can record all of the stories. It's lots of fun. All right, well, have a great week, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking with me through today's very long video. I hope you enjoyed it though, and I hope you got a little bit of creative inspiration from my card today. Thank you for all your suggestions as well, which were very helpful. And I hope you all have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Platforms, yes, digital platforms. That's the word. Yeah. Thank you, Rosemary. Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad you did enjoy it, even though it was a long session. Great. Oh, thank you, everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed my card. Thank you. All right. Well, have a great week. I look forward to seeing you all again next Monday at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And until then, happy crafting. Bye.